Hello there, Big Benedict here. We're playing Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2 on the PC, and this is my Kleidos series of challenges. This is Reminiscences of Sapphire, and it is entitled Infection First Seal. It is Kleidos Challenge 2 of 3 under the Reminiscences of Sapphire. And one of the things that you should do, I'm not saying that you must do this, I'm just saying that it's a recommendation. What that thing is to take the voice effects off. Because if you leave the voice effects on, you're going to constantly hear the Chupacabras narrating all of the stuff that's going on. And he's probably got the most annoying voice in the game, so I've taken his voice off and the subtitles off because it makes it more, I think, more pleasant to play. So, you're going to fight against 3 waves of 2 soldiers of Satan and 4 possessed citizens in this trial. You are not going to be able to use your magic, and you have to keep the concentration of at the maximum level for 30 seconds straight, which I believe we've already done. Yeah, all we have to do basically is just survive. There's 3 waves here of these enemies, and one of the things that that comes out of nowhere sometimes is that charge that they do. I don't think you can block it, but you can parry it. And of course, the 4th stipulation is just to complete the first 3 trials in 1 try, which we're gonna do. I don't like that move that they do, honestly. But how do you sustain the focus? Well, if you've played the first game and you've done those challenges, you did a challenge with Bronner where you're supposed to keep with the focus meter going for 60 seconds. Here they only want you to do it for 30. So once you get the focus accrued all the way up, then you cannot get hit for 30 seconds, and you're going to have to keep hitting enemies to keep the focus going. And one of the things that you can do when the focus is like you're being timed for the focus, you can hit these guys to the point where you can execute them, go up to them and grab them. One of the things I hate though is when you're sliding up to an enemy and you knock him over. I really just wish that that wasn't a thing in this game, because it's a hindrance on gameplay. You should be able to just grab an enemy, just like slide right into him without him falling over. But what I was gonna say is, when you go to the execution prompt, you can get over like 5 seconds of free time of free. Like, when I say free, I mean nothing's going to touch you because you've got complete iframes. So, and it would probably last even longer than 5 seconds. Now, if your focus is going to go down and then you grab an enemy to execute him, you've got to be careful about that, because what can happen then is, right as you're coming out of that, or maybe even during the quick time event, the focus could stop. But that's just something to consider. It's not likely to stop, but it is likely to stop soon after you get out of that quick time event if you haven't kept it going. But we're still on Prince of Darkness difficulty for this, and I never liked this enemy. On Prince of Darkness difficulty, I think that explosion that they do when they expire, I think it takes about half of your life. So recommendations for the Kleidos Challenge are the following. You definitely want to max out all of your gauges. You want to buy all of the moves. You want to master all of the moves. And you know, it's these can be obnoxious, these trials, because I just wish there was some item that filled up your magics without having to make it so that you only get to use the magics for a certain amount of time. I just like the health. I wish you can just use a potion that would just fill your magic up and be done with it. You know, nothing on a timer or anything like that. But this trial is not that difficult. If you're having a lot of trouble, just decrease the difficulty level, you know, and you can use items. Just follow the stipulations here, and you'll be able to get through it. It's not an easy enemy. It's not that difficult, but it's not easy. So you walk a fine line when you deal with one of these guys over here. But you can see that coming sometimes if you're. See, sometimes it just if you're complacent, that charge will get you. Same with that stomp that they do. But there we go. We met all of the stipulations, and that has moved us out of the second Sapphire challenge and into the third. Take care.